right, Snake I called Messi Snake. Messi versus Bad Wolf.
I mean, he is.
Yeah,
It's a Snake Ike matchup.
yeah has Bad Wolf ever won against Messi?
Can you pull that head-to-head up and let me know?
My intuition would be no.
Theo's husband's wife is gonna let us know.
That's the Messi versus Bad Wolf. Oh, interesting. So Bad Wolf has one.
So that, for those who didn't hear, that was Messi 3 to Bad Wolf's 2. So this is a historically pretty close matchup. Bad Wolf initiates it by killing himself.
Yeah. So one thing is that Messi definitely knows this matchup very well because of Just. So he's played against it a lot.
But he may also have some PTSD from that.
Right.
He may show too much respect to Ike.
Well, he's one of the only people in our scene who's ever like beaten Just.
Dan has actually.
Right. I mean, like there's a list of like 3 or 4 people who have ever done it.
Right.
And he's one of the only people to actually double eliminate him. I think it's me and Messi have ever double eliminated Just from a bracket.
I wonder what the circumstances of that were. I think with you it was when he was just on the comeback from like a 6-month tour or whatever, or 6 months.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Not Just, but Rust.
Yeah.
Not to take away from what you did. You know?
Right. I mean, definitely. I would say there's a reason Messi is like. I would give Just odds over anybody, but I would give Messi better odds than I would give myself in that.
Right. Well, I think Messi is actually one of the most. He's one of our best competitors in the state. Like, if he's going out of state, I feel like he's the person who's going to play about the same, like to his potential. You know?
Yeah. One element of that is though the Snake matchup itself. He's one of the best Snakes, bar none.
Right.
And also the way Snake is able to play, especially against people who don't know the matchup or who are uncomfortable in the matchup, is like once you're stuck and you're both at high percent last stock, you're actually very much losing because Snake can just 100% like it. The onus is on the other character to get in, and
Right.
Snake just has to really land like a Randy grenade to get a pop up.
Yeah. So I've talked about this with a few people, and like, you know when you're playing against Ice Climbers, it doesn't really feel like Smash Bros. Anymore because you're playing Ice Climbers.
Yeah.
And Snake is the other character like that.
100%. Snake is like the PM exclusive Ice Climber to me. Very specific zoning and playstyle can beat Snake.
And you're no longer playing the Smash Brothers game. You can't just play whatever your character's meta is.
Right.
You need to play Snake's game.
Right. And that's not to say that Snake doesn't have weaknesses. Snake
No, of course not.
The nature of his character is that if you put him in ranges that he isn't comfortable at, Snake has to make a hard read to get in.
Sure. And a lot of what I don't really see nowadays, I used to see this at ATA with like a lot of the old greats playing against him, is they could bait him into using his sticky and they'd shield or air dodge it.
Yeah.
And nowadays, people they're stuck. That's it. They're gonna die, and they just treat it that way, and then they get hit and they die.
Right.
Like,
so the real secret to dealing with the being stuck is you pretend that you're not stuck. In the sense that some people get really anxious and they want to like go in. You continue to play your game. If anything, you take a little half beat slower and more patient. Because once you're stuck, a good Snake is going to know that you're going to probably be likely to feel a little more pressure.
Right.
Because this is the thing. Snake is using a recovery resource when you're stuck. They can't use that stick to recover, and that's a common tactic that Snake will do. Is if they can't up B directly to ledge, rather than having to go high, they'll sticky themselves and blow it up on themselves so that they can.
That said, can't you use grenade for that once?
Yes, but it's not as it's not as flexible. Yeah.
It doesn't go into itself. I think
Right.
you just get one.
And so inevitably, what happens is if you are stuck and you get Snake off stage, they're gonna look to unstick you.
Right.
or use the stick on you so that they can use it as a resource later. Wow, I don't know where that mine went, but
I was expecting him to roll over it.
In my head, Bad Wolf rolled into a mine and died.
Is that right there? Yeah.
Yeah, there it is.
I like that. That is one of my favorite things in people when they think they have something guaranteed and they look and they don't like it and they back off.
Yeah.
And I think that's one of the signs of a better player.
Oh, especially as Ike. I mean, because you end up in situations where like, oh, nice.
Can you drop a grenade on him?
I think it's a C4.
Oh, okay.
That's like Snake has a lot of like he gets juggled very hard, but he has a lot of options when he is being juggled to like mix-ups.
Right.
And so sometimes like the frustrating thing for a lot of people is like there are times when you just cannot hit Snake. He's holding a grenade and he's shielding. Unless you can grab him out of his grenade range. Oh, clutch counter. That was super clutch.
I liked that.
Yeah. Beowulf, he uses counter a lot as like, and I think like he's found a groove where he does it out of hit stun in really like clutch scenarios where Ike is slow. Ike doesn't have other options, and I get the feeling that counter is one of the faster options that Ike has.
All right, let's see how much extra credit he gets.
Yeah, this is
what he wants.
This is clutch. Because
or if he can get a free kill.
I think Snake is much better with a lead than having to make up a lead.
And also, Messi did not get port priority here.
That's very true.
So he can't do some of his grenade shenanigans. Like what he was trying earlier, it didn't work.
Right. Yeah, and this might...
Oh, I didn't even know he was stuck.
Yeah, he'd been stuck for a long time.
I didn't realize that.
I think he waited until Bad Wolf sort of forgot about it. But I mean, this is a lot of extra credit for...
Yeah, that's 109. That's good.
Especially on this stage.
That's it. Now, almost a full stock.
Yeah.
Pretty new, pretty fresh.
And so Bad Wolf has to make sure he doesn't get too anxious or too antsy.
Right in the middle of the stage. I don't know if you
Because this could honestly be a kill from here.
Yeah.
The platform height and the small platform, I think.
Fair even.
Yeah. Ooh, so that's what I'm saying. Like, that's the power of Snake is like he really only needs 1 or 2 openings.
And if you notice, so Messi has counterplay for this. Normally, people will come down on their invincibility and use it to break the mine.
Yeah.
And that's really useful if they do the fully charged one. But Bad Wolf's not really doing it, and Messi's not charging it. But normally, the counterplay you see from Messi is he'll wait for them to do that, and he'll go bury another one.
Right.
And they're both just kind of, it's there, but...
Oh, okay. So this is probably death. Okay, so now Bad Wolf has to be incredibly careful. Literally any pop-up, and he's dead. That being said, Snake is 1 strong hit away from dying.
Yeah.
And they both know... Oh!
To himself, I guess.
Yeah.
Excellent kill and death there from Messi.
Yeah. But that was tense. Like, as dominant as Bad Wolf was playing that entire game, he almost lost. Literally, if he had made 1 slight error, he would have lost.
Bad Wolf?
Yeah.
Yeah. You said Messi, I think.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, and so that's like the power of Snake. And I mean,
Snake really likes the stage, if I'm not mistaken, because he can bounce off the bottom. He can tech, that is to say.
Yeah. I mean, he can do that on every stage.
Well, no, it's just walls. But in particular with this stage, I remember thinking this was really good for Snake. Ooh, and the stick.
So I don't know enough about this matchup in particular to choose stages. I imagine that the bigger the stage, the bigger the stage, the more Snake likes it relative to Ike. I mean, you saw that Bad Wolf took him to Wario Land on his.
Oh, you mean the blast zones?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And
definitely.
Right, but you don't want a super small stage size.
You want a higher ceiling with shorter walls. That's what Ike wants, or shorter side blast zones.
Yes, that's true. But at the same time, though, like choosing like you're gonna die if you're stuck on every stage pretty early. And
that's true.
And
but,
so you want to choose your stage so that you can play in neutral to not get stuck and not get popped up.
Well, Bad Wolf is also going to have trouble side B wall jumping off of those slanted walls here.
Yes.
He has to do it very high up, so it's a very small window where he can do it, which means he has to recover higher. See, like right there.
100%.
He can just ledge grab.
He really had just that option.
Right. And he can't recover from his low, and Snake can be under the stage and just, forever.
Yeah, that's true.
To 300%, I've seen it before.
Right. At the same point though, I know that Messi originally was a Brawl player. And I wouldn't be surprised if there's an element of just like, this is a comfort pick that I've been playing on the stage for literally my entire career.
Sure.
And I think if you feel like you can beat the person, you're really just trying to beat, like, you'll go to any neutral stage because you think you can beat them on any stage.
Right. Ooh, I liked that.
Yeah.
And earlier, what I wanted to point out, I really liked that Messi tried to drop a C4 on him and blew it up, and that Bad Wolf saw it coming and quick dropped, drop fastball.
Yeah, the early up B was necessary. Oh, that was some really nice shield pressure from Messi.
And we're tied up.
Yeah.
That's actually kind of crazy. I'm really enjoying that Bad Wolf is holding his own here and not just getting styled on.
Yeah. Last time when they played last week, there were a couple games that were close, but then the games that Messi won, there were some games that just looked completely dominant, and I wonder how much of that is just the nature of the beast of Snake. Like you said, he's the PM Ice Climber. So even though the games don't look close, they actually
Right.
A couple crucial mistakes is what makes the difference, and maybe we're just seeing some clean play from Bad Wolf. Oh, and he's stuck actually.
Is he now? Did he run into a mine? Oh, now he's not stuck.
He was stuck. He did it as he was up being to ledge.
Right. Did you see Bad Wolf let down shield and then shield up again to react?
Oh, that was nice.
Excellent ledge grab.
That was some ramen noodles. Okay, so Bad Wolf is stuck and he's dead. Yeah.
JV2. Oh no, he smoked. Cigarettes are bad for your health and your JV2s.
Smoking kills. So now, so now he can ban all the small stages essentially, and Bad Wolf has to choose his best neutral. I think Battlefield isn't a bad option. I see what he's going for with Delfinos, like you said, high ceiling, smaller sides.
Right.
Snake does really like this stage.
Well.
Yeah.
That is not how he wants to begin his game.
No, Bad Wolf has to dig extremely deep because, it's hard enough to make you died literally at 0. You're just starting the game with one less stock.
Right.
And against a character like Snake that can just force trades the entire game,
he's at a severe disadvantage.
He's at a huge disadvantage. And that's really, if you're Bad Wolf, that's really unfortunate. And that's before you even get into the mentality aspect. Purely from a strategy perspective, it's going to be difficult.
Bad Wolf's mentality seems unaffected. He's I need a stock now, and I'm going to take it by force.
I think there's also an element of Bad Wolf is playing to sort of prove to himself that even if he loses, that it's not that Messi is necessarily leagues better than him.
Right.
Whoa.
Ooh.
Back throw. Oh, that was a back throw for me any day of the week. But that's that grenade you were talking about.
Yeah, but Messi DI'd that poorly and it converted. So
and
maybe Bad Wolf knows something I don't about that back throw.
Hey, we have Tur's Boulder. I don't think I've ever played him.
Why? What does that have to do with the U? With Nicolas Cage's face.
Wow, and Bad Wolf is really evening this up. Yeah. Oh, and Messi didn't sweet spot. That's a big mistake from his part. So Bad Wolf actually, they're even stocks.
He got his stock back, and that's really good.
Right. The fact that you're even, and when you lost the stock literally within the first 5 seconds of the match, if you're Bad Wolf, you're feeling pretty good about that.
Right. I think his mentality is untouchable for this game.
He's a very momentum-based player, and so the ability.
Now he has that momentum.
Yeah. Now that he's I can keep up. Look, I'm starting those juggles. Yeah.
Oh, good shield. He shielded the stick.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And the mine.
His shield usage has been really smart, and he for the most part he's been keeping Snake at these ranges that Messi has to make a hard read to get in.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
I don't think Messi DI'd that.
No, I think he expected to be able to live without having to really worry about it. Yeah, and I feel like Messi's really reaching a lot with these sort of like.
Well, some of what I've seen from Messi too is almost flowcharty. Like he shot the Trank and went to bury something, assuming it would hit Bad Wolf, but Bad Wolf shielded it and ran in and punished.
Exactly. Yeah, and I think he's reaching a little bit for some of these Tranks. Like using a Trank when Bad Wolf is already in the air, and I think that might be 3. So
Messi is famous for not counting his Tranks.
right, and against Ike, that's just like you're dead. Yeah. Oh, okay.
That's it.
Yeah.
And
That's
we're
a
going to
two-stop.
Game 5, and that was I liked that game. The only downside to this Game 5 for Bad Wolf is that Messi does get to pick the stage. Oh, geez,
Right.
Skinny's red now.
Right. Yeah, and
Mad Wolf.
and Snake really has
Messi, I don't know, man.
a lot of sort of like counterpick. Like Snake is he has a lot of stages that are really strong for him, I think.
Sure.
So the ban process is actually very important. And so they're going back to PS2. If you're a Bad Wolf, this isn't too bad for you, honestly. I mean, you definitely don't want something like Dreamland where Snake's going to live forever.
Oh. I thought for sure that was down air into stick. He did get stuck anyway right after. But.
Yeah, I'm really liking. I mean, like so Bad Wolf, like we said, was very intelligent shield usage, and I'm already seeing a little bit of adaptation of seeing how Messi is using positional pressure and the projectiles to pressure Bad Wolf's shield.
However, Messi did save PS2 for last. That's it.
Yeah,
That's why.
well, they started on it, and I think they either agreed to go back or there's some sort of DSR type situation where.
We have modified DSR where whatever was used on stage 1 is available again on Game 5.
So that's what it was.
Yeah.
Didn't even matter if Bad Wolf wanted to. Yeah.
Stuck again. Oh, and used right
And
away.
he's just playing conservatively, going for like consistent damage, and I think that kind of makes sense. Like, if you're up already against a character like Ike, you don't need to get too fancy. You just sort of like, go play the long game. Okay, so that's already 2 Tranks. Okay, and Bad Wolf is really good at using these like the very tip of the forward air,
right.
to hit Messi away. Okay.
Cypher's so good.
Yeah, Cypher is really strong. I'm not sure if the down airs from Bad Wolf. I feel like it's a little bit reaching. Yeah.
Well, he's down a stock now, so it's all about mentality recovery.
Yeah. We saw in Game 4 that is not necessarily a death sentence.
Right.
But I also think that Messi is the type of player who can really tighten up to clutch it out. Like, that's something that he's very like cognizant
Did you see him catch him from behind with that grenade? That was amazing.
Yeah.
And there's something on the edge there.
Right. There's a lot of positional pressure. That's just a clean stock. That's a Giphy right there.
That is. I don't think Bad Wolf touched him.
Bad Wolf didn't touch him, and there were so many times where no matter what option Bad Wolf chose, and now take it easy, dude.
See you later.
Yeah.
Did you give back SD card to whoever from your Wii? Did you give it back? Oh, okay. Sorry about that.
No worries. And I mean, this is like you're seeing like Bad Wolf stuck. He has a huge percentage differential, and I mean, yeah, this is like
Bad Wolf held his own here. He did very well, but I think we're seeing a difference between the current greats and the former greats.
Well, and there's also that piece you said about that was a lot of pressure, but Bad Wolf maintained it. That piece about Messi being a competitor.
Yeah.
I think that in a sense where Game 5, one person might be like, oh, I'm nervous, like we're going to Game 5, like can I beat this person?
And for Messi, it's just another game.
It's another game, and it's like okay, like let me do this right. Like let me play the game that I know. You know what I mean? Like
possibly even I let this guy take me to Game 5. I'm gonna end it now.
Yeah. Dude, that comeback Game 4 was awesome. It was super sick.
I don't know what round was that. Was that Andrea? You've got doubles up there. Do you know what round this is gonna be?
This is losers finals.
Okay. Was that loser semis?
Yeah.
Wow. Who did Messi lose to?
Arcana.
Oh, right.
He got worked.